Pre-built
Sales.
segments for targeted email campaigns. This has been one of the biggest pain points. Like when I was, whenever I like did some work for clients, especially like leading up to like Christmas period, Black Friday, and you want to, generally you tend to send a lot more like higher cadence of emails, and you don't want to like burn your list. And so having to manually figuring out, exporting a report of who opened the emails and then tag those people so that I can put them in the next campaign and all that is now fully taken care of. So for those guys listening, what that means is now when you want to send a new email campaign, you can now select from people who have engaged, only people who have engaged with your previous campaigns in the last 7, 30, or 60 days, or contacts who've interacted with your last 5 email campaigns, or who did not. So that is all now fully. You don't have to do none of that like manual stuff. It's actually a pretty awesome thing. And that means more targeted messaging. It means better customer retention, meaning you can create separate campaigns, or to re-engage the ones that are like at a higher risk, like those that didn't open for the last 5 emails and they're already a customer. It's going to save you some money. Although email is not that expensive, but
this whole idea of having like one feature, I think this is where the technical nerdy stuff becomes really powerful. Have one feature, but go deep in it, because so many people have like a simple, little campaign. But if you build one feature, but you just go real deep in like every possibility, you have A/B testing built into your thing. You have all those little options. That gets really powerful. That's where the one feature is good for launching quick. Sure, quick wins, but one feature is also good for getting super nerdy into that stuff and doing it better than anyone else can, because no one's going to go as deep when they only have, if you're competing with someone who only thinks about one thing. So yeah,
This is why I mean, I guess it's been over a year now, but why we've been using Beehive. And now I'm like, okay, maybe we can, finally go back. I get the question all the time because they're like, why are you using Beehive? And I was like,
Beehive.
well, honestly, genuinely built it all in HighLevel, but we were just flying blind. And you're like, this is oftentimes there's always going to be a scenario where you're gonna kind of outgrow it. And I look at HighLevel as a good pacer there too. You're like, HighLevel's blog runs on WordPress. No doubt you can rank and get traffic and stuff like that. You're like, same thing where like HighLevel's affiliate program on First Promoter. You know what I mean? There are certain things where you push the boundary of it where there are use cases there, but that was a big one, having that segmented awareness of who you're sending to, or even just to know, like, is it successful? We keep a KPI, I forget what we call it, but it's like the people who open 90% of our emails, like, it's on the positive side.